What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce. Today is Wednesday, May the 4th. That's right, May the 4th be with each and every single one of you. But today is new comic book day, and on every single Wednesday here on this channel, we do a little video that I like to call Comic Book Speculation Recommendations. The video where I look up into the future at final order cutoff in new comic book day of next week. This is the important part. I do this so that way you guys have enough time to put in your pre-orders for your final order cutoff books, but also have enough time to reach out to your local LCS and tell them, hey, I was watching Bruce and Stephanie Comics Comic Book Speculation Recommendations video. I like what he had to say. I did my own research, and I would like to pick up a couple extra copies of these books so that way I can start and make this hobby fun itself. Two quick reminders before we get into the meat of the show, which is all the speculation. And the first one will always be, guys, you have to do your own research. This is a speculation video. I am making some educated guesses on what I think is good speculation, and I'm giving that to you guys. But what you guys need to do is go check out other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible. That way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you're spending your own hard-earned money on these books. Not my money. Your money. Alright guys, my last and final reminder that I have for you guys is that all the books that I'm going to talk about on today's video are subject to change due to the release date being changed for one reason or another. And that is my last and final reminder. Alright guys, it is finally that time in the video to dive into the speculation. We're first going to go over all the books that have speculation landing on this upcoming final order cutoff, which is May 8th for your DC and Scout books and May 9th for your Marvel and all the other indie publishers. We always kick off both our final order cutoff and new comic book day spec lists with our cover lover picks of the week. These are books that I think might do well on the secondary market based on the cover alone. On final order cutoff, there are two books that I think you guys might want to consider picking up just because the cover art is so goddamn gorgeous. And let's go ahead and dive into these two picks. And the first cover that I think you guys might want to consider picking up for speculation is Once and Future number 2060, 1:25 ratio variant done by Jorge Corona. I love this cover. I love Jorge Corona. He's the guy who's drawing Batgirls right now. Before that, he was doing Middle West, and I'm sure there's other books he was doing in between. But guys, he is an amazing artist, and this cover is absolutely gorgeous. I think this is a good pickup and hold on to it, because if this series does get picked up in the future by some kind of streaming service, this book might pop in the future. And maybe this series just gets really popular, but I think this 1:25 cover, which is a virgin, is absolutely gorgeous. And the second and final cover that I think you guys might want to consider is Savage Avengers number 2, the Jenny Frison cover. This cover is gorgeous. I am a huge Jenny Frison fan, but there's a lot of other people out there that are also big Jenny Frison fans, and this cover featuring Cloak and Dagger is stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. What do you guys think? Do you guys like either of these covers for speculation? Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Alright guys, now it's time to finally go over all the books that have speculation landing on this upcoming weekend's final order cutoff. There's only 5 books to go over, so let's go ahead and dive into these books. Alright guys, and the first book up is Aquaman Andromeda number 1. This is a 3-issue prestige format limited series described as a cosmic horror story with Aquaman and Black Manta competing to unravel a mystery concealed beneath the waters of Point Nemo. Next up is Jurassic League Rogue to Dark Crisis number 1. This is a one-shot. This is a 48-page one-shot prequel to the upcoming Dark Crisis event. Not sure why that's speculation, but maybe something's going to happen in that one-shot that is worthy of speculation. Next up, Jane Foster Mighty Thor number 1. This is a 5-issue limited series featuring the team-up of Thor and Jane Foster Thor. Next up, New Think number 1. This is a 5-issue anthology series compared to the Netflix show Black Mirror. And the last and final book that has speculation coming up on this weekend's final order cutoff is Thor number 26. This is part 4 of the Thor and Hulk crossover called Banner of War. And those are all the books, guys. Only 5 books. Alright guys, I'm gonna go over this list one last time and then let you guys know what my final order cutoff spec picks of the week are. Alright guys, after taking another look at that list, this is probably one of the weakest final order cutoffs for speculation that we've seen in a very long time. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think there's any books that you guys should really go in heavy on for speculation from the 5 books that have speculation or the 2 cover lover picks. But with that said, if you have money burning in your pocket and you wanted to pick at least one book, I would go for that Savage Avengers number 2, the Jenny Frison cover. I think that book might do well in the future based on that cover art alone, but that is a long shot or at least a long long-term hold, and this is not going to be a short flip for anyone. But my advice for you guys would be to save your money to next week's final order cutoff, because there'll probably be some better books there, or save that money for this upcoming new comic book day, which we're going to talk about next. Alright guys, before we dive into my new comic book day spec picks, if you guys would like to see a full list of all the books that have speculation coming out on next week's new comic book day, make sure you guys download the Key Collector app, pay for that subscription so that way you guys get access to the future key section. This way you guys can see a full list of all the books that have speculation on this upcoming week's new comic book day, which is May 11th of 2022. There are 24 books that have speculation, and we're going to go ahead and dive into my cover lover picks right now. Alright guys, the first 4 covers that we're going to talk about are all for the same book, which is Grimm #1. Now this is written by Stephanie Phillips, who is a writer that you guys might have heard of before. She is the current writer on Harley Quinn, a book that I am currently really enjoying and you guys should be checking out. But guys, the idea of this book sounds really cool. A woman is recruited to be a Grim Reaper in the afterlife, but she is plagued by the mystery of how she died, which sounds really cool. But what is even better are the 4 variant covers that I am absolutely in love with. And the first cover for this book that I really like is the 1 in 25 Jenny Frison cover. Now I personally like this a lot more than the 1 in 100 cover, but you guys can make your own decision on that. The next cover I like is the 1 in 50 done by Mike Del Mundo. Mike Del Mundo is such a stud, and this cover is stunning. And the next cover, you guessed it, is the 1 in 75 Jay Lee black and white sketch cover, which is absolutely gorgeous. And the last and final book that I really like for this cover is the Final Order Cutoff variant cover. This is the colored version of the 1 in 75 Jay Lee cover, and I just absolutely love it. This is probably my favorite cover of all of them, but guys, you guys let me know down in the comments below. A, are you picking up this book? Are you picking up any of the incentives? Do you like any of these covers? Guys, let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, we have 3 covers left to go over, and the first one up is Immortal Red Sonja #1, the A cover, done by David Nakayama. David Nakayama knocking it out of the park again. And the next cover to talk about is Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood #1, the 1 in 50 Jeff DeCall cover. This is my favorite cover from this series, but guys, let me know down in the comments below if you liked a different one than this one. And the last and final cover that we're going to talk about is Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #2, the Francisco Matina 1 in 50 foil variant. This cover is absolutely insane, and what I really like about it is that it's on a white background and not a black background. It really makes this cover pop. It's super creepy. I love it. Is this going to do as well as the Jenny Frison cover? I really don't know until this book comes out, but I'm really liking this cover. With our cover lover picks out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into my new comic book day spec picks for this upcoming new comic book day, which is May 11th of 2022. Alright guys, from the 24 books on the Key Collector app that have speculation, there are 3 books that I think you guys might consider picking up extra copies of for speculation. And the first book up is a little bit of a long shot, but I really like it, and that is Transformers Last Bot Standing #1. This is a 4-issue series set far into the future about the extinction, that's right, extinction of the Transformers. Think of a Last Ronin style story, but featuring Transformers, which is so cool. Sucked me right in. But also, this is the final Transformers story that is going to be published by IDW. Now, the main reason why I like this is because I am not a big Transformers fan. I am not reading any Transformers, but when I saw this title and read the synopsis, my nostalgia just cried out. It was like, Bruce, you gotta pick this up. I loved Transformers as a kid, and if this story is written well, and this is a really good book, you're gonna see people talk about this on social media and on comic book websites, and people who did not pick this up right away are gonna wanna pick this book up. Now, it is a long shot, yes, but I really like it, and I also really like the fact that this is the final story that IDW is going to publish for Transformers before this property moves over to what I believe is Skybound at Image Comics. But guys, that is the first book. Let's go ahead and dive into my second pick. My second pick is Grimm #1. That's right, that book from Boom Studios that had 4 amazing covers that I loved. There's also a lot of other covers that you guys might personally like, but I really like the concept of the story. A woman dies. She is recruited to be a Grim Reaper, but she's also haunted by the mystery of her death. I love that concept. I can totally see this book being optioned by Netflix or HBO Max, definitely HBO Max, or maybe even Amazon Prime. Some streaming service I think is going to pick this up in the future, and I'm going to get in on the ground floor right now and get some copies of this book because I really, really do like the concept of this book. And my last and final book that I think you guys might want to pick up for speculation is Sandman Universe #2, the 1 in 50 foil variant done by Francisco Matita. It is my final book on my new Comic Book Day spec picks, but this is also a possible first appearance. This has the possible first appearance of the Smiling Man, so you get an amazing cover and possibly a first appearance in this book. So it's like a 2-for-1 for you guys, which is absolutely amazing. And those are my spec picks for this upcoming new Comic Book Day. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Now this is your moment, guys. This is your moment. Grab hold of it, guys. Leave a comment down below letting me know any books that I spoke about in today's video that you really like, but also let me know if there's any books that you think I miss on either Final Order Cutoff or New Comic Book Day that you like for speculation. Also, if you guys want to help support the channel, you guys can become a channel member for just $4.99 a month. It helps Stephanie and I make this channel bigger and better, but also you get an entry into our mystery box giveaway at the end of the month. This is a box filled with $50 worth of comic books. Sometimes there's a Funko Pop or action figure or something else stuffed in there as well. But guys, that is my thank you to you guys for becoming a channel member. Only one person will win, but you guys will get that entry. And last but not least, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notification, and smash that like button. And I'll be back on Friday with my signature series CGC unboxing. All right, guys, have yourself a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.